Hello, everyone. Alexander L. with another episode of VikingCloud's CyberIntel. Today's topic, internal vulnerability scanning. We're about 2 months away from when PCI DSS version 4 is the only active version of the PCI DSS. On top of that, we are about 14 months away from when the future data requirements should be in place. Two of the updates are related to internal vulnerability scans. So with that, we'll start with the first one. And version 4 calls for internal vulnerability scans to include authenticated scanning. An authenticated scan works by using account credentials and logging on to the system remotely or by running an agent on the system. Using this method, the scanner goes beyond scanning the surface, e.g. the network port, and access to the internal resources such as registers and package version, and is able to see the conditions of all applications and services on the system. An authenticated scan can detect vulnerabilities of all types affecting installed software, applications, and libraries, and does not rely on what I said as being the open port or network visibility. Authenticated scanning can be considered an inside-out view of the system vulnerabilities. So what to expect? Well, an entity that moves from performing network-based vulnerability scans to authenticated scans is highly likely to experience an increased level of detected vulnerabilities. And with that, an additional level of effort to remediate those vulnerabilities. And what more? Well, version 4 has also evolved the requirements for addressing identified vulnerabilities. The standard still requires high risk or critical to be resolved, but now also includes a new requirement stating that vulnerabilities not ranked as high risk or critical need to be addressed based on the risk defined in the entity's targeted risk analysis. And the combination of these two new requirements has the potential to create the perfect storm for many organizations. First off, more vulnerabilities will be detected. A targeted risk analysis will be needed to determine allowable remediation periods for lower ranked vulnerabilities. And at the end of the day, all vulnerabilities will need to be addressed in one way or another. So what's the next steps? Well, don't wait. You need to start now. And first of all, get started by investigate the best way to implement this control in your environment. Get the budget, start implementation. So what's some of the feedback? Well, to ease implementation, we have seen many organizations run authenticated scans in parallel with their usual unauthenticated scans and have a separate track or separate reporting of remediation for the authenticated scans results, as well as those performed by the unauthenticated scans. This method really minimizes any conflicts or risk to ongoing PCI DSS compliance efforts. So what's the feedback from the industry? Well, it takes time. It's more findings, but less unknowns. Efforts are showing results. It helps with an increased security posture and a more mature vulnerability management program. You can read more in my blog on the topic. And until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay secure.